Hi there, Jen Roque here from stampcampwithjen.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to this week's YouTube Live. If you're new here, I go live every Monday at noon Eastern Time. I'd love for you to join us. We make a fun project, usually a card or a treat holder or something like that. Today I actually have 3 projects for you today. Easter's right around the corner, so what better time than right now to get ready for Easter, okay? I'm sure a lot of you guys are making little treat packages to send to your kids or grandkids. I know a lot of people that do that. So today I have 3 that are quick and easy to share with you, okay? So I am pulling up my live stream here on my YouTube channel so I can see the chat. There's my mom. Hi, Mom. Janine Nuttall, that's my mom, saying, hello, sunshine. It's actually been really nice. It's been kind of rainy over the weekend, not very sunny for Florida. It's been raining, but we need it for sure. It's been warming up, so it's been really nice. So as you hop on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I am watching the chat on my iPad so I can see what you're saying and say hello and chit chat with you. So please say hi. I love hearing from you guys. What'd you get up to this weekend? Did you do anything fun? I had my card buffet on Saturday. That was a lot of fun. I had 5 ladies come over. One was a new lady that came. She's new to card making. So we had a lot of fun. I love card buffets because I can actually like sit and talk to people. I'm not trying to focus on, running an event or hosting or anything like that. So it's really nice to be able to like actually sit and talk and catch up with everybody. So that was fun. And then yesterday, I actually went to a Greek festival in the city, one city over here, at a local like Greek Orthodox church. It was really cool. My mother-in-law and I went and kind of checked everything out. The music was really neat. There were kids and adults dancing around, little vendors, lots of jewelry for sale, but it was pretty cool. Oh, hi, Ginger from Tennessee. Thanks for joining us. 55 degrees. Wow, what is it? I can't even see. Oh, it's 73 here in Florida, according to my watch. So it feels nice out though. It's not humid yet. So fingers crossed it'll stay like this for a long time. So I have lots of fun things to talk about today. For those of you that might be demonstrators watching, I'm going to On Stage next week in Houston, Texas. I'm so excited about that. So I'm kind of gearing down from my card buffet and prepping for Texas, but I'll still have projects and stuff to share with you guys. And during On Stage, I'll be posting like videos and things to kind of share what I'm getting into while I'm in Texas. It was funny because my son Ethan, he asked me, are you going to bring me back a souvenir? I said, yeah, I'll bring you back some cowboy boots or a cowboy hat. And he said, well, you're not going to Dallas. And I said, it's all of Texas. It's like that. They have cowboy boots and cowboy hats. It's not just Dallas, Texas. All of Texas wears. It's Cowboy Nation over there. So he's cracking me up. He's so funny. But all right, so let me switch this around and I'm going to get into a couple announcements and then we'll do our little treat holders here. He's so funny. Yeah, Mom, I know. I was like, it's not one specific city here, guys. But he's never been to Texas, so he doesn't know. It's been, oh gosh, I think almost 20 years. 2006 was the last time I was in Texas. When I was in the Air Force, I actually had training down in Texas. So I remember it gets so hot down there. Oh my gosh. Luckily in March, it's not too bad. I went to boot camp in San Antonio in 2004 and I started out in February. It was chilly. And by the end of March, I remember I was sweating when I finished boot camp. And I was like, oh, thank goodness I decided to do it then. Hi, Crystal from Iowa. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so real quick. So if you are on my newsletter, you probably already saw this. Or if you signed up for my blog post. So March is my birthday month. In addition to being National Craft Month, it's also my birthday month. So I have some shopping specials if you want to shop with me this month. I'm turning 39. It's my last year in my 30s. So if you place at least a $39 or more order anytime in March, I will send you a surprise gift in your little Happy Mail card kit that I send out at the beginning of April. And then if you order on my birthday, which is March 24th, if you place at least a $100 order, you will get to pick a free stamp set up to $25 in value as a thank you for ordering with me, okay? So this is posted on my website, and I'll make sure it's at the bottom of all my blog posts so you can click and read more about it and don't forget about it. But this is a good deal, especially if you order on my birthday and get that stamp set. That's a great deal. So, all right. And then... oh, the annual catalog's coming soon. I love it. I always look forward to the annual catalog. There's just so much stuff in there. It's so cool. So, it will be here. I will be ordering them in April, and I'm going to mail them out. I'm not going to mail them through Stampin' Up! This time. So I will be mailing them out. So you'll probably get them mid to late April, which is going to be sooner than when you'll get them from Stampin' Up! I will have lots of other cool things in there. I usually include like an in color club flyer, but an in color sampler so you can see the new in colors and decide if you want to participate in my in color club. I also put a shopping list in there. I put my product share information in there, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you want to get an annual catalog through me, place an order by March 31st and I will add you to my list. Oh, your birthday's tomorrow, Crystal. Happy birthday. And welcome, Francis from Wisconsin. Is it snowy and cold out there? Okay, so, and then yesterday I sent an email to everybody that is on my annual catalog mailing list. So if you didn't get that, you're not on my list, but all you have to do is place an order by March 31st and you will be added to the list. Okay, in colors, let's talk about these. So, with the new catalog coming out, that means that we have in colors that are retiring. So these are the current ones that are retiring, the 22 to 24. So Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. These are retiring. Now, with that, there's no guarantee that they're going to be available all the way through the end of the catalog at the end of April. So a lot of times these items sell out before the catalog ends. So if there's anything you want to stock up on, now's the time to do it before they go out of stock. There's already 2 items that are low inventory in these in colors. It's the pearls, and then there's this pattern of DSP that you see here is on the clearance rack for, I want to say $4.80. So if you want those 2 things, I would suggest placing an order sooner rather than later. I'd hate for you guys to miss out, but think about your ink refills, your card stock, things like that that you don't want to run out of. That's what you want to stock up on before it goes away, because there's no guarantee. Like this Sweet Sorbet, I've been using a ton of it. I'm going to order more cardstock because I'm almost out of it. But there's no guarantee that that stuff's going to last. So place an order now so you don't miss out, okay? And then this is just a friendly reminder that I have a Stamp Camp to Go subscription where you can save 10%. So my monthly Stamp Camp to Go, I feature a different suite of products. The last one that just closed out was the Simply Zinnias, and you can either do a one-time purchase of $39, or if you sign up for my Stamp Camp to Go monthly subscription, you save 10% and pay $35 each month. And then after you subscribe for 6 months, you get to pick a stamp set up to $25 in value as a way to say thank you for subscribing, okay? You've had a nice winter in Wisconsin, Francis. That's good. They can be brutal, I know for sure. All right, so tomorrow, the new online exclusives will be coming out Tuesday, March 5th. So these zinnias that I said I did Stamp Camp to Go with, these are going to be out tomorrow. This is kind of a little preview. There's another bundle that they're showing is this Encircled in Nature. There's lots of other products. You've probably seen other demonstrators demonstrating them. They're so gorgeous, so you're not going to want to miss out on these. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these go on back order because they're so pretty. So Make sure to go to stampinup.com tomorrow and you'll be able to see all the products if you're not a demonstrator. Demonstrators have been able to pre-order them for about a month now. And so a lot of you demonstrators probably have this stuff already. But if you're not a demonstrator and you want to see it, check it out tomorrow. I think the new card kits will be out tomorrow too. Don't quote me on that. I haven't heard for sure, but I imagine they'll probably be released tomorrow too. The 2 card kits that get released each month. And then just one more friendly reminder, these 2 catalogs you can still order from through the end of April, okay? These 2 through the end of April you can order. I believe the last chance products for these, the retiring list, will probably be early April. I don't have a firm date on those yet, but just don't forget that you do still have until the end of April for both of these catalogs, okay? All right, so that's all my reminders. Now let's get to some Easter treats. I love treats. All right, so this is the first one we're gonna make. I made this for my card buffet on Saturday. I did mostly cards, but I wanted to put one little 3D project in here. So this is the little treat box that we're gonna make. So this uses, let me see if I can show you. I've got my little bin here. These cracker and treat box dies. If you haven't seen these are in the annual catalog still. I love these so much. So we're gonna use those. This ribbon is the silver and white sheer metallic ribbon. It's so pretty, gives it a nice elegant finish. And then I'm using this paper, just a 6x6 piece from the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper. And then I'm gonna get some scrap to stamp my bunny out on. And the bundle that I got the bunny and the words from is, I put it over here so I would have it, and I'm losing it. Here. So this is Excellent Eggs. Oh shoot, and I meant to go get where did my die go? I meant to grab my little bunny die. There's a little bunny die that goes with this. So this bundle, it comes with these little dies. This is in here too. We're gonna use this for one of our other projects. This makes like a little egg. We're gonna do this for another project here in a minute. But there's 3 different egg size dies and they have stitching on them, which is really cool. And then you have a line, this little, what is it, rickrack or whatever you call, and then the little scallops right there. And then I have a bunny on a little magnet sheet. I think it's on my desk back here. Hold on 1 second. Yep. So the cute little bunny die is right there, and we're gonna use that for our little stamped bunny. I stamped him in pecan pie because I thought that'd be cute, like a little chocolate bunny. And then we're using Highland Heather for the words right here. So I also wanted to show you, so I think, yeah, all 3 of these projects, I'm using this Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper. This is from the mini catalog. It has so many pretty like spring colors in it. So if you are looking for paper that has lots of bright spring colors, this is a good pack for that. I've used, I think, 2 or 3 packs of this paper now. It's such a pretty pack for spring. And I want to say there's like maybe 8 pieces of each design in here. Let's see, I'm trying to show you most of the patterns. This makes me think of a carnival with all the little diamonds and the colors on there. So I like to use that for birthday. Let's see, there's other, I've used up a lot of the patterns. So, oh, there's a little spotted. This is cut down, but there's spots and clouds. What else? I think that's the majority of it. But yeah, I want to say there's like 8 of each design. So anyway, Lighter Than Air 6x6. That's what that paper is. Okay. So now I'm going to grab, and so this is what I'm putting inside. I'm putting 2 of these Kit Kat Lemon Crisp Kit Kats in here. These are my favorite Kit Kats of all time. I love these so much. I know a lot of people are purists. They like the plain chocolate ones, but trust me, you have to try these. These are my favorite. So we're gonna save 2 of these. Will fit perfectly in our little cracker treat box, okay? So we're gonna grab our embossing machine. And then, so this cracker and treat box die set, it comes with all these little banner die cuts. You have a couple little tags and then a couple little dies that make like stars and hearts. So you could do lots of cool things. These are good for like a party favor. You can make a lot of these really quick and easy. If you do craft shows, these are good for craft shows as well. Okay, so I'm using this pretty pastel, like rainbow stripe paper from that designer series, the lighter than air paper. And then we're gonna grab our plates from our Stampin' and Cut emboss machine. So I have the number 1, the number 2, and then there's 2 die cutting plates, which are number 3. So I'm gonna put a number 3 down, and then my paper, move this up just a scooch. And then we're gonna put the die on here. Now this takes up almost the whole sheet, not quite. So if you want to save, I think it's about like an inch off of the side. If you're really wanting to save that paper, you can just line it up on one edge and kind of have that 1 inch strip to save for another project. So just something to think about there. It really doesn't matter what direction. Like I could do it this way, I could do it this way. It really doesn't matter for this paper what direction we're gonna cut it in. So I'm just gonna run that through. Ugh, move this over. It's always hard to do with the camera right on top of me. All right, here we go. That should be good. You don't need to run this through. I know a lot of people are used to like the old big shop machines where you have to, they're getting old and worn out and you have to run it through like a million times. You run this through once. You don't need to run it through like 4 times. It'll cut the first time through. I ran it through 1 time, no problem. So don't need to worry about that at all. All right. So those of you that are my newsletter subscribers, you're not going crazy. I didn't send out a newsletter yesterday. It's been a crazy week. So don't think you missed anything. I just didn't send it out. I'm going to send it out probably tomorrow or Wednesday because I was waiting for the new products to come out so I can remind you guys to check those out. So you didn't miss anything if you were wondering. I just didn't send it yet for this week. So do you know they have chocolate covered donut Kit Kats? I do like a donut. I'll have to check those out. I've never heard, they have Kit Kats for everything. I've seen key lime pie Kit Kats. I've seen churro Kit Kats. I've seen all kinds of stuff. I really like the pumpkin pie Kit Kats that come out for the fall, like around Thanksgiving time. Those are really good too. So what I'm doing now is there's a bunch of little score lines that the die makes when you cut the paper. So on the horizontal score lines, I'm just using my bone folder and lightly creasing all these score lines here. Chocolate covered donut. That must be a new one. I've seen, I think in the spring, sometimes they come out with like a blueberry muffin I've seen too. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is on the inside of one of these edges, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna pick the one closest to me, but like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put a little bit of Stampin' Seal Plus on the center and these little outside pieces here. So just a strip. You can use whatever adhesive. I wouldn't use glue, or if you do use glue, use like a light amount of glue because you don't want it making a huge mess. Glue would be very messy for this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, so this is where I have my Stampin' Seal Plus. The other end that doesn't have adhesive, I'm gonna fold over and then I'm gonna line this edge up with that first crease on there, just like that. Oh, carefully line it up here. Right there, there we go. And then kind of like, what were those Chinese finger traps where you kind of put your fingers in? So I'm just taking my index finger and putting them on the inside and using my thumbs and my index finger and kind of rubbing those two pieces together so that the glue adheres really nicely. Now we're gonna grab our ribbon. We need about 15 inches of this. So I have my little measuring mat here. I'm gonna cut two 15-inch pieces for these. There's one. I just love this ribbon, it's so pretty. And two. So I have two 15-inch pieces there. Okay, so we're gonna take one end here and we're gonna tie up a little bow. I know a lot of people don't like to do this, but there's really no other way to close these. And so as you close them, the little sections here might depress. So all you have to do is just kind of pop them out with your finger. That's no big deal. So I'm just gonna tie and then make a little bow. And voila. Do you guys send like Easter treats out to your kids or your grandkids or anything? I know one of the girls that came to our card buffet, she says she still sends her daughter who's like 30 something. She still sends her little treats. I thought that was really sweet. Hint, hint, mom. No, I'm just kidding. My mom sent me a lot of cute Valentine's treats that I shared on my business page, and she always does a good job. It was so cute. Always so impressed with her work. All right, so I'm just angling this one end here, and so you can see there's not a lot of waste, couple inches maybe, so that's a good length. So now I'm going to take my Kit Kats here. I just put them back to back and kind of squeeze them in here. They fit like perfectly, just like that. And then we're gonna tie it off with the other piece of ribbon here, and then we'll do a little decorating and it'll be done. I made in the fall, and my mom actually came over. I remember I was doing, back when I was doing craft shows, we made one in the fall that had a saying that said like, "You are such a blessing" or something. And we made little pumpkin punch art to go behind it. And it was when we had like a hurricane warning or something, and she and my dad came over and she helped me knock out a bunch of these for my craft show. So it was pretty cool. So it really doesn't take a long time. I think it took us, what, a couple hours maybe? Oh, you need Easter ideas? Well, here you go, Mom. I got a couple Easter ideas for you. She's gonna go see my nephew right before Easter. So here you go. You can make some of these for Jalen, Mom. I'll trim these off. There we go. Okay, so we've got our little ribbons. So now we're just gonna do the little bit of decorating here. So I have my little bunny and I have my "There's no bunny like you." So I'm gonna stamp a little scrap here in the pecan pie. I'm gonna stamp the bunny and we'll die cut him out. I got my mini machine out too. It's just super cute. So I like to grab this. It doesn't take up as much space on my work surface. And then for this one, I know I had a lot of trouble getting these plates to go through with the sandwich that Stampin' Up! Suggested. So what I did was I replaced the base plate with a number 3 plate, and then I use a number 2, both of the number 2 plates, and that's like the perfect sandwich for this little machine I found, at least for me. And then the big thing too is making sure they're not all lined up together, because for some reason when they're all lined up like this, the machine doesn't want to grab it. So just stagger your plates a little bit, either make a couple of them lower or make like a little E where the inside plate comes down and the 2 outside ones are even, or whatever. But you can kind of play around with it and you'll see what works best for you. Okay, so we have a little bunny and the little die. And then I have a little tape here, this mint green tape. I love using this to make sure it doesn't move around. I think I moved it when I taped him. Here we go. There. And then I'm going to put my little plate, like I can put it way down here and it should grab no problem. Yep. This little machine is so cute, and it's perfect if you like to travel, like go camping or something and craft. It's a good size for that. So, Alrighty. Isn't he so cute? Oh my goodness. Adorable. Oh, he could help you make these, Mom. Is he into crafts? I know Ethan is at the point where he doesn't really want to craft with me anymore. I try to get him to do it and he's like, no, Mom, I'm too cool for that. He's almost a teenager now, so. All right, so these pieces are 1/2 inch by about 2 inches long. And what I did was I used this banner's Pick-a-Punch. And if you open it up, you use this little top one, it makes this banner on one edge. And then I'm gonna stamp it and glue the bunny, okay? So I have Highland Heather that I chose to use for this. You can look at the back of the designer series paper though, and it'll have all of the colors that coordinate with it. So if you don't have Highland Heather or you want to use something different, you definitely can. You just look at those colors that they suggest, and you should be able to find something that matches. There's lots of colors in this one. All right, so we're gonna stamp that there's no bunny like you, just like that. And then what we're gonna do, oops, put this over here. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put this on here first, and then I'm gonna glue the bunny on top. What did I do for the last one? Actually, no, I glued it. I lied, just kidding. I am going to put a little bit of glue right here, just on the flat edge. There we go. Not wanting to come out for some reason. And we're just gonna take that and glue him so he kind of covers up that flat edge there. Kind of give him a second to dry. I am gonna go grab my dimensionals. I always forget stuff when I come over here. All right, so we've got that. There's no bunny like you. It's so cute, her little chocolate bunny. And then I'm just gonna put 3 dimensionals on the back. And that's it. And we will be done with our first treat holder. Now, when I post these on my website, I'm going to post the individual measurements all week, but the video will be the replay of the video for today. So, but you'll have the measurements and for the individual projects all week. So we're just going to put this right in the center here, just like that. How cute is that? Isn't it adorable? I love it so much. So you can make a bunch of these if you're having an Easter party, or you want to send little gifts to your kids or your grandkids, or have a little like neighbor favor. I might give these to my neighbors actually. I think that would be fun. So lots of ways you could use these, but these are super cute, super fun to make, okay? So there's project number 1. So that's done. Project number 2. This is a classic, oldie but a goodie, a little matchbook treat holder. And we've got some little Haribo, I think is how you say it. The little Happy Hoppers gummies in here. I had to hurry and make this. Ethan's been eating all these gummies. I think I had like 4 left in the container. So I had to hurry and take those before he was gonna eat all of them. So I'm gonna show you how to make these. You can actually get 4 of these of the base out of one 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. So I will, I don't know if I should cut those up though. I have 1 piece of Pool Party left, so I don't really want to cut this up, but you can get 4 of these out of 1 piece of cardstock, okay? So let's see here. Basically, I'm not going to cut it, but I just kind of want to give you an idea of how that would work. So the measurements for this are, I put it in my little bin here. So I've got one that's already scored, and then I've got the little piece of designer series paper. So this piece here is 2.5 by 7.5, okay? That's how long it is. So if you were to take, I'll just do it. Well, no, I'll just show you. So if you were to take the top part and make it 7.5 inches wide, and then move the side and make it 10 inches long, you're gonna have 4 2.5 inch wide sections, okay? And then you'll have, what is that? This will be 7.5 inches wide. So that's how you can make 4 different ones out of here. You'll make this part 10 inches wide, and you'll make this part 7.5 inches wide. So you're basically just cutting an inch off the length and an inch off the width. And then you can cut 4 different ones out of there. Like I said, I don't want to cut this up because it's my last piece of pool party. I need to order some more, but that's just to give you an idea. And then you'll end up with these, and these are, like I said, 2.5 by 7.5. And then you'll score it at, I've already scored it, but you'll score it at 3/4 of an inch here. And then you'll come down to 4 1/4 and 4.5. And that's how you'll make your little base, okay? So I was making a bunch of these. I made these as thank yous for the people that came to my card buffet. So I made a bunch of them. And so I accidentally scored way more than I needed. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna use these little Haribo Happy Hoppers. They have little like bunnies and carrots and bunny heads, I guess, gummies in here. Little tiny things. They're like 0.35 ounces. They're not very big at all. They're very small. So what I'm going to do is where the little flap is on the bottom down here, we are going to, oh, cute for your coworkers. Yeah, Kathy, that's a great idea. So we're going to put this kind of in the center. And what I like to do is use this little purple line as like a guide and kind of take the top of that purple line and line it up with my bottom edge here, with the edge of my bottom flap. And then I'm taking a little mini stapler. If you have the old Stampin' Up! One, use that. I don't. I have this Tim Holtz one. It's a little mini fastener. And we're going to go maybe about halfway up and staple, okay? We don't want to go too far up though, because then we won't be able to put our little lip in there. So going about halfway up is like perfect. And lining it up with that purple line helps make sure that we're gonna grab it when we staple it, okay? So now what I wanna do is I want to stamp before I start doing everything else. Let's see here. And I didn't grab my stamp. What did I do with that one? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, here it is. Telling you guys, my craft room is crazy messy right now with everything that's been going on with all this card buffet stuff. I still haven't cleaned up from that. It's kind of driving me crazy actually. All right, so we've got the Happy Easter from the Easter Bunny stamp set. That's what I'm using here today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Pool Party ink. I don't want to go right along that bottom edge because that is going to be tucked under here. So we want to go just a little bit up, a little bit higher. Actually, what did I do before? No, I want to do it this way. I've done it so many different ways. I'm trying to remember. I want to make sure to have it so it's not too high up. But if you go about, actually, let me tell you, this is going to be the best way to do it. Let's punch our bunny out first. This is, I think, going to be a lot better. I just want to make sure I don't tell you guys the wrong thing and then have you mess it up. So this is going to be, grab some scrap and try to make a straight edge so you can put your punch in there. There we go. So we're punching with the Easter Bunny punch. I'm just doing a little white bunny. And what I want to do, this is why I kind of changed gears here, because this will help us kind of have our positioning a little better. This will make it easier. So if you take your bunny, you don't have to adhere it yet, but just kind of line it up near that first score line on the top, and then that'll help you figure out where to stamp. That's the easiest way to do it. So we're going to stamp the Happy Easter and Pool Party, and then just stamp it right below where the bunny is. And that is the easiest way to figure out the positioning for it, okay? Sorry about that. I know it was kind of all over the place. Just trying to make sure I didn't tell you the wrong thing though. So now, when we put it in there, we have a little bit of room for that lip and it should sit nicely. Yep, perfect. So that's what you need to do. Just position that bunny on there, stamp, and you'll be good to go. And that's exactly how you get that placement, okay? So now what we want to do, I have this little strip. This is also from that Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper pack that we went over earlier today. That's in the mini catalog. So this is 3/4 by 2.5, and I'm just going to put this right over the bottom, and that'll cover up that little staple on the front. You could make so many of these so quick and easy. These would be great to have on hand and just kind of pass out like a random act of kindness during like Easter themed random act of kindness. I think that'd be really cool. So that'll fit perfectly over that little lip. It covers that staple. And then we're just gonna put some dimensionals on here and we'll be done with this one. Really quick and easy. Just like 3 dimensionals is good. Just like this. And then we just put this right above that Happy Easter. And that's it. Easy peasy, super fast, right? You can make so many of these so fast. So if you like gummies or you have like a little kid's birthday party or like a kid's church event or something, these would be great to pass out. And I want to say the bag of gummies comes with like 24 or 30 or something. There's quite a few in the bag. But like I said, Ethan's been going crazy eating them. So I had to hurry and make these before I didn't have any more gummies left. All right, and then my last little treat holder is also a classic. This is what I call a 2-4-6 basket because you score at 2-4 and it's a 6-inch piece of paper. That's all it takes. And it fits, as you can see, I've got what, 4 Kit Kats, 5 Kit Kats, and like 3 or 4 packs of gummies in here. So you can fit quite a bit of candy in here. Oh, I love the bunny punch too, Mom. I showed Matt, my husband, that, and he was like, there's no face on the bunny. And I said, well, it's more elegant that way. Okay, so this is the little treat holder. So, and then I'm going to show you how to do the little paper piecing for the eggs too. You could put Happy Easter or something on here. I really just wanted the eggs to be like the focal point. So I just did the eggs and kind of let it be. And again, this paper is from that Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper, and it's got all those pretty spring Easter colors in it. So I really like that for this. Oh, excuse me. All right, so let's get our paper. This is our paper we're gonna use. And we'll get our trimmer out. So if you have the trimmer, the light gray is the scoring blade. So that's what we're going to use today, okay? So on all sides, so we're going to go 2, I'm going to press pretty firmly and score, and go over to 4 and score. And then we're going to rotate it, was that 90 degrees, and score at 2 and 4. That's it. 2-4-6 box, really simple for the base. And then we're going to fold on the score lines and burnish. Okay. Now, if you have directional paper, which I do, you really want to kind of think about how you want it to close up. I like it where the stripes are going up, so I'm going to cut on this side here. If you want the stripes to go sideways, you could do it the other way. If you don't have directional paper, then obviously it doesn't matter, but I want the stripes going up, so I'm going to cut right there. So on these little, it's harder to see, so if you want to flip it over so you could see the score lines a little bit better and cut, that's a little easier sometimes to do too. So we're just going to cut up until it meets that crossing score line there. horizontal score line. And then we're going to do it on the other side. So I cut on this side. So now on the other panel, on the other edge, we're going to do the same thing. Cut up until you hit that horizontal score line. Just like that. Okay, so now we've got, it looks like 3 little squares on 2 sides, right? So to put it together, we're just going to take, oh, you love them all, Francis? Thank you so much. That's so sweet. So these center pieces here, I'm going to put a little bit of seal right at the top. And then the one on the left-hand side, I'm going to put not quite all the way to the top, and I'll show you why in a second, but maybe about 3/4 of the way to the top. I'm going to put a little bit of seal. Okay. And then, so this part's going to be on the inside, and we're going to take the points, like these are diamonds right now, right? We're going to take these points, and the piece that has the adhesive is going to go in the front so that they'll stick together. And we're going to line those points up and stick them together. Okay. And then this piece that has the adhesive, we're just going to lift that up and press. Easy peasy, right? So we'll do the same thing on this side. It's a little bit harder. I should have done this all when it was flat. So I recommend doing it when it's flat, but you can still do it. So a little bit of adhesive on the center. And then again, this is on the left side. So I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way up and just put a little bit of adhesive. Take your points, meet them together, and then just take that flap and push it up and adhere. And that's your little basket base. Cute, right? So now we're going to, I'm going to find another little piece that has the stripes. I had cut a piece. I'm not sure what I did with it. Might have to cut another one. Oh, here we go. I have lots of scrap of this paper apparently. So we're going to cut a piece here that's 1 inch by 6 inches. So I believe this is a 6 inch. Yep. So I'm just going to cut a 1 inch piece. Oops. Yes, this paper is perfect for Easter, Mom. It's crazy. I was like, it's hot air balloon paper, but I've seen so many people, use that one. I've seen so many people like online using this paper for Easter, and I'm like, huh, that's true. It does have a lot of those like spring pastel colors, so it's really cute. You wouldn't think about using this paper normally. All right, so this is a 1 by 6 inch strip. So we're just gonna take a little bit of our seal and put a little strip on each end. And what I like to do is line up the bottom edge here with the top edge of that middle square. So I'm just going to kind of center that so you can see that in here. I'm centering that and sticking in, and then I'm going to press it, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to line that up right on that little top square that's on the inside, edge to edge. And that's how I made the little basket. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. I love it when a project comes together. I'm telling you guys. Okay, so now we need to make our eggs, right? So these 3 little eggs. So we're going to use lemon lolly, pool party, and fresh freesia. And we're going to cut an egg out of each of those colors, okay? So that's what we're going to do first. And again, this is from that Excellent Eggs die set that's in the mini catalog. So see, I thought I had all my colors, but I don't. Good grief. All right. So we're gonna get these stuff in. My scraps here, lemon lolly, I got pool party, and then my fresh freesia. Oh, barely. I think we can make it work though. All right. So again, we're just gonna grab our little machine. I love this little guy, he's so cute. And start with fresh freesia here. Let's see if I can do this without taping it down. Let's see if I'm that good today, guys. Sometimes I can get it to work. We'll see. All right, so there's number one. And we want to keep all the pieces kind of together. So I'm going to try to keep them all grouped together and just kind of push that out of the die. Ooh, carefully, because it's got that little piece there. I almost tore that off. All right, so I got fresh freesia. Now we're going to do lemon lolly. Make sure you guys can see this here. Yeah. And put that one down. So what Easter traditions do you guys have? Do you get together with family and go to like a special brunch, or maybe do an Easter egg hunt for the grandkids, go to church? What do you guys do? I love hearing what everybody does. Everybody's got their own traditions, it seems like. Are you doing Lent right now? Is there something you're not eating or drinking or doing because of Lent? Let me know. I love hearing. All right. And then pool party. I always like Easter because I feel like it's, you know, the beginning of spring and there's just so much fun, so many fun activities that come around Easter time. And it means, I remember when I lived in Maryland, it meant hopefully it's going to get warmer soon. And that's always exciting because by that time you're getting sick of all the cold and the snow and ice and all that stuff. So, all right, and we're just gonna fold this up. We're done with that. All right, so now we've got our 3 different colored eggs. All right, so this is our pool party egg. See here. Oh, here it goes. Just carefully. There we go. Okay, so that's it for the die cutting. So now what I did, I'm going to see if I can recreate it here. So I did fresh freesia first, I think. Yeah, fresh freesia, then pool party, and then our lemon lolly. So we kind of want to rotate them. So what we're going to do is this little piece that's on the top here, we're going to move over one to where our pool party is. The lemon lolly one is going to get shifted to the beginning where our fresh freesia is, and then the pool party piece is going to shift down to our lemon lolly. And we're going to do the same thing with the bottom piece here that has the little pointy scallops at the bottom, I guess is the best way to say it. Those are going to go on the bottom. So those are going to shift and be in the same positions here, like that. And then the middle one is going to go, I guess, the opposite way. So this is going to go yellow. The middle one is going to go in the pool party. The fresh freesia one's going to go in the lemon lolly. And then the pool party is going to go over here with the fresh freesia. So kind of like that, if that makes sense. Now we're going to grab some basic white scrap here. A big binder full of it here, I think. Just going to grab random pieces that I can use up here. See if they're big enough. I always seem to have little pieces left over from projects. I'm sure you guys all do. So just take that, make sure it's big enough. That should work. So the reason we're grabbing this scrap is because we're gonna try to paper piece this together and glue it. So you gotta have a base to glue it onto. So we're gonna put it on a white background here, and then we're gonna cut the excess off. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lightly glue egg, and make sure you get those little tiny pieces up here and the little tiny piece in the middle and the edges as best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, just as best you can, just so that it's not kind of popping out all over the place. I'm gonna do that for this one here. It doesn't have to be perfect onto the white either. You just want some kind of base for it to stick to, and we're gonna trim those up. So we're gonna do that for that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the glue and put it right on that white, just a little bit in those little openings. And then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of piece those in there like a little puzzle. We're gonna stick those in there and kind of give them a chance to dry while we put the other ones together. So kind of stick them in, make sure the glue's sticking on there, and then we'll set this aside to dry while we work on the other two. So there's one. Now, if you were making a card with these, you could probably do this right on the card front, but since we're gonna kind of put these on our little basket here, we need to put it on a base so that we can kind of pop it up and put it together. So stick that on, and then we're gonna put a little bit of glue in these babies. I like it because it's like a puzzle. It's kind of fun to put these all together, and it gives it kind of a different look with the different colors. It looks like an actual Easter egg that we dyed. Oops. Make sure you're putting them in the right way. Don't put them upside down like I almost did. You can't really put it upside down because you'll know when you try to stick it in there if it's all lumpy. All right, so there's our second one, and they're starting to come to life, a little bit different, each one, very unique. I like the bright colors too. Love springtime pastel colors. All right. And then this little piece is gonna go right here. So the basket part was quick and easy. The decorating isn't necessarily quick and easy, but it's something a little different. You don't have to do the little egg. You don't even have to put the colors in there. You could just die cut the eggs and leave the openings, and that would be fine too. But I thought this was, give it a little more pizzazz and kind of make it a little unique. Takes a minute, but it's worth it. It makes it look super cute. All right. So I got that all pieced together. So there's our 3 eggs. Voila. So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna use our snips and go and trim that white excess off. It's a little oval, so it's not too difficult to fussy cut by hand, and you can kind of use the edge of the die as your guide to trim off that excess white. I wish there was another little oval die in here that would cut out the outside, but that's all right. It's an oval, it won't be that hard to cut. So did anybody get into anything fun this weekend? What'd you guys do? Are there any new shows that you've been watching? Or my husband's in a pirate mood lately, so we've been watching. He's got some new video game that came out. It's like a pirate game that he's been playing, and then we've been watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies with Ethan because he's never seen those before, and he thinks those are pretty funny. I think Johnny Depp did such a great job as Captain Jack Sparrow, and they're so fun and funny. And I think when we watched the first one, he wasn't real sure about it, but as we're on like the third one now, I think, third or fourth one. And he's starting to really get into it, and the jokes and the humor and how silly Johnny Depp's character is. He really thinks it's fun. Let's see here. And then if you do cut it and there's a little bit of white kind of poking out, you can just always go back around and trim, but you'll be able to get most of it the first time around, I think. And the key when putting the little pieces in is just making sure not to put, don't be too heavy-handed with the glue. It's never a good idea to put gobs of glue down, because then it just makes your project real wet and it'll start to curl because of all the moisture. So just kind of a light hand with the glue is always a good idea. All right, so now our little eggs are done. There we go. Okay, that's the longest part of this project, is putting these little eggs together. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop them all up. So as you can see from my first sample here, I kind of started with purple and then blue and yellow. So we're just gonna put 2 dimensionals on the back of the first egg. And we're gonna kind of put that to the edge here. And then the blue egg, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue or seal. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit on the left edge so that it'll stick to the top of this one. And then we're gonna take some more dimensionals and put those on the right edge to kind of pop it up. So basically, because it's gonna overlap, it's gonna be flat on this side. So we want it to stick and not kind of pop out. We want it to stick to that egg. So we're gonna kind of center that. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the yellow one, and that guy's gonna go off to the side here. So again, on the left-hand side, just a little bit of seal or liquid glue to kind of help it stick to the egg underneath. And then 2 more dimensionals, just like that. And we'll put him right there. And that's it. And then you just fill it with your little treats. So what do you guys think? Is this kind of inspiring to get your Easter decorations, your Easter projects done? I'm gonna bring all these out so we can kind of recap what we did in case anybody joined us a little late. Those are all of our little treats that we made today. So what do you guys think? Do you like them? Are you gonna try to make some for your friends or coworkers? It is nice to have lighthearted with the Caribbean. Yes, it's fun. My son, he laughs and laughs when we're watching it. They're like 3 hours long though, so we have to break it up into like 2 or 3 segments because we watch it with like dinner or something, but they're very fun. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed these projects. Like I said, these will be posted to my blog all week. I will do individual project posts. So the first one will be this afternoon, will be the little There's No Bunny Like You Kit Kat holder, and it'll have the measurements and the supply list. And then I'll do the other 2 in different blog posts. That way you have the specific supplies that you need in each blog post. And then this video will be in each one. So you can go back and rewatch the whole video at once if you want to, okay? All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's live. If you did, give me a little thumbs up or a heart and let me know in the comments on the replay, or let me know right now. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you back here next Monday at noon. I will have my newsletter out this Sunday and have a sneak peek of what we're doing next Monday. So I thank you all for your patience. Like I said, it's just been a crazy week with my card buffet, and I've been kind of falling behind a little bit. So thank you so much for your patience. Thanks so much for joining me today. And I really hope this inspires you to get your Easter crafting started if you haven't already. All right, guys, well, have a great week. I'll see you soon. Be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.